Welcome to this week's edition of Buddy's Briefings. We've had a busy week in Washington, and I wanted to review some of the things that we've done up here. First of all, I'm happy to report that we passed unanimously through the House of Representatives legislation dealing with carbon monoxide poisoning. I co-sponsored this legislation along with my good friend from New Hampshire, Representative Annie Kuster. This is bipartisan legislation. Over 400 people die every year as a result of carbon monoxide poisoning, and there are over 20,000 visits to the emergency rooms. We've actually had instances of this in our first district and in Savannah. So we have to make sure that we're doing all we can with this, and I'm very proud that this legislation passed. Secondly, in my position on the Select Committee on Climate Change, we heard this week from 4 youth, including one from Sweden, Greta Thunberg. She was the one who sailed from Sweden to New York City to testify on climate change. We heard from these young people, and I was really impressed, first of all, at their advocacy, how they're involved, but secondly, that there is a lot of common ground here, especially among us in the Republican Party, who feel like through capitalism and through innovation that we can find solutions to this problem. And it is a problem that we need to address here in America. Lastly, today, Speaker Pelosi released her prescription drug plan. Sadly, it includes some things that we're just not going to be able to support. At least I'm not going to be able to support. Price controls. The government shouldn't be involved in price controls. Yes, we need to do something about prescription drug pricing, and we have. In the Energy and Commerce Committee that I serve on, the Health Subcommittee, I've actually been able to pass 3 bills. First of all, the Metric Act, the Blocking Act, and then the Payment Data Commission Act. All 3 of those call for more transparency in the drug pricing system and will save money. That's the type of approach we need to be taking, as opposed to price controls, which is nothing more than the next step toward Medicare for all and the government takeover of our healthcare system. It's been a very busy week in Washington. Thanks for joining me.